Hello everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. So yes, I'm not gonna be doing all that, timing and all of that. I'm just gonna go right straight into this particular topic. Yes, they finally dropped Catherine. And I know they said the most compatible couple, and she was shocked by her expression on her face that she was the one that was dropped, and she was like, but me and Elom, we are very compatible. And the other girls keep lying to her face and telling her, you're very compatible with Elom. This is the thing. Catherine actually fumbled the bag after Scott stood up for their relationship, because I'm not going to say he stood up only for her, they stood up for the both of them. And the fact that she listened to what people said. And at the end, there was a scene where she literally said, that Scott was a people pleaser. And I made a video on TikTok talking about that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? How is Scott the people pleaser? A guy that actually would stay with you and wouldn't go out of his way to listen to other guys and what other guys had to say. And this is the guy you called a people's pleaser. Now, I know that it was very shocking to Catherine because she was dumped today. And she was like, me and Elom, we are very, very compatible. I'm like, it is not about the compatibility. If you would have just chosen Elom and giving Scott his respect by not disrespecting him all the time, cussing him out. Actually, today she did have a conversation with Scott, and I'm like, inside of me, I'm like, see, Scott is a very good person. He's a better person than me. Because after all the insults you've thrown and all the aggression that you've thrown towards this man, he still sat down there and had this conversation with you. You're asking him how he's doing and all of that. And he still, didn't look back and still had that conversation with you. I'm like, not everybody would be able to stomach that. A lot of people would not want to sit down with you and talk about that. Now, we're going to go to Katie. Katie is bringing the drama. I mean, Molly did say that, she and Zach were, closed off. And one thing I like about Katie is that she just brought it out. And this is one thing I also like about her, the one character she had. But the rest of the time, I was mostly against Katie because, Katie was behaving very, catty, and she was behaving very, very messy. We all know Katie is very messy. She's a messy person, especially when it came to, the last episode. And, she actually going after Tyreek and, Ella, and telling them to fix their relationship because they called them out and they said she was second best and she didn't like the fact that they called her second best. But this is the thing. Katie has always talked about she not wanting to be a second best. She said from the start she didn't want to be the second best. So you know what? I'm just gonna be playing this clip over here so that we can, review and actually, comment on this particular episode, because as usual, yes, I normally bring footage up here so we can talk about it and also see what happened. And also the shocking part was, it wasn't really shocking to me when Elom told Catherine that he wanted to explore if a new bombshell came. Well, I think Elom is going to be doing that exploring outside. And there were a lot of things that came out in this particular episode that made me laugh. And I was like, yeah, the producers were actually doing a great job. And we absolutely love it. So we're going to start from the start here. And then I'm going to be coming back. This is the toast that the cheers that Katie made about Zach and Molly's relationship. So we're gonna play that.
Well, let's cheers to an eventful day, a good day, great people, and also congrats to Zach and Molly to being officially closed off.
Wow, what a cheers. What? You didn't tell us that.
No, being officially closed off.
I ain't even cheers into that still.
Zach didn't even know that they were closed off. He's like shocked. He's like, what? Closed off where? Closed off who? You know what? We're just going to cheers to that. I'm going to say this. I've been thinking about this. I feel like Molly have actually told, Zach about, the people outside and how we view them. And that's why Molly have not been, making a lot of noise, even though Katie actually exposed what she said. And then she tried to go back and talk to Katie. We're going to get to all of that part. She tried to, backtrack her words. And I'm like, Katie, Molly, you said that you did say that you were closed off the last episode when Katie self came to you and asked you. You told us that you were closed off. And Zach is like, I don't think Zach is happy with his situation, but he's just taking it because I'm pretty sure Molly has definitely told him about what the viewers see, and he probably got a tip about it. So when I look at these two couples, Molly and Zach, I feel like they're just playing a game. They're just staying together for the sake to win. Zach does not look happy. Molly is making sure that they stay together and win this, contest, whatever.
Yeah, conversation. She just brought it up. Nice.
Yeah,
thanks,
that's
babe.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, Molly told me. Molly told me today.
I don't think it was a secret.
Yeah, cool. No, I'm
I was being nice about it.
I'm gonna have to say, Katie is catty and she is messy. I mean, but Molly did actually tell her that. Molly told her that. So, she was not lying. She was not lying though.
She want to be the drama so bad. I'm not entertaining it. If anyone has an issue, it's Katie. She just moves so weird.
I do think she didn't mean anything bad though.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Molly is just saying that she didn't mean anything bad because she definitely knows how the viewers are gonna see this because she was outside already when she was, dropped and voted when she was dropped out of the island, and she went out and she spent a lot of time outside, seeing what the viewers see and also understanding the game. So she probably doesn't want to speak, ill of Katie because she doesn't want the public to to go back into that, emotions that we had for her before. So she's just playing a good girl. You know what? She didn't mean it. Zach is trying to say something, but he also is on the game. He probably knows. Molly have definitely given him some intels about the outside. So they just, trying to stay together so that for the sake of it, just for the sake of winning. And I hope that the both of them do not win this particular, show.
Babe, she didn't mean anything good though.
I think your cheers was honest.
I was just trying to be nice.
I still don't.
Hold on a second. I don't know what is happening. I'm just going to take it a little bit back and then we're going to go back.
I think your cheers was honest.
I was just trying to be nice.
I still don't technically know what closed off means, but I guess now it's out in the open. We can have that conversation. Listen, if any bombshells come in here, I am not getting to know them. I'll send them left.
That is exactly what Molly wants. I mean, they're just laughing. It's for the screen, it's for the show, it's for the audience, it's for us to be like, oh, he's totally closed off now. I mean, Zach was definitely dragging his feet on this close off thing. It's like, I don't know what close off mean, but I'm pretty sure, you told me, you gave me some intels about the outside, so I'm just going to play along and, we're just going to get into these. And, because both of them, I'm pretty sure she told him. She told him about what the audience saw, and they're just playing a game. I don't feel like the both have feelings for each other like that. I don't feel like their feelings is genuine towards each other. I think that they're just playing a game, to be sincere.
Enjoy the challenge.
About the situation, I'm just not used to it at all.
Yeah, but if this is what you want to do, then you're not doing anything wrong. Like, Mitch is aware of the situation. Everyone's aware. It's what you got to do what you want to do in here. You've got to do what you want to do. If that was the case about what was said,
I'm gonna say this, Scott. You in this particular clip, I know that Scott is single, but I think he's not gonna be the person that is gonna be leaving. And I feel like, desperation. He's so desperate right now because this was giving all kind of desperation. Although Amber, I think is her name, was kind of kickling, and I feel like she actually have feelings for him. But that last episode where she literally threw shade at him, like, you were not picked, and all the girls were like, yeah, you were not picked, it's because nobody wants it. And Amber was like, you just want to get to know me because when we were in Casamore, you never talked to me, and now that you're single, you're trying to get onto me. And I'm like, girl. But Scott, calm down, because you're giving a little bit of desperation. I cannot understand that he was afraid that he was probably gonna be dropped from the island, but at the same time, there are a lot of people that have your back. You don't have to be with this girl if you don't want to be with her. You're still gonna get the support of people. Now, with that being said, this whole thing, she's giggling and cackling after the insult that she threw on you yesterday, and you're just trying. I know, I get it, the desperation, the pressure of being single in that island, and still having people that have coupled up, the fear of you being dumped. But I feel like after this particular episode, I feel like Scott is gonna have more reassurance, because this is the thing. Even though it doesn't matter who he is with right now, he's gonna do well. And it doesn't matter. I think he's also gonna be reassured that it doesn't matter if he goes after Ember or not, people are still gonna support him.
today, I would have just gone, as soon as I deaded off the Catherine thing, I would have just gone straight there, because, like, right, I've got no one. But it's took me a couple of days to get my head around. We had flowing conversations as friends. We both like the look of each other. Why not? In here right now, you're the only person who I see a possibility with.
Like I said before, yes, it is because she's the only one that he actually does see a possibility with. But if it was me, somebody would say that to me. I don't think I would be having that conversation with you. But this is the thing, is just trying to get clarification out of her and about the whole thing, because she was talking about me and Mitch, we're good. And I'm like, see, I don't like drama, but I still like Scott though. But I don't think it should be coming off. It was given desperation. It was given desperation. And I hope after today, it calms his nerves and he's okay with how things went today. So with that being said, I'm just gonna be pulling up somebody else's opinion on this particular topic over here.
The biggest, most juiciest raise that there's ever been, because the way the show is being produced this year is mad. The way Catherine and Elom just got voted out like that, like it was nothing, without even everyone was just in their own positions. It was like, Scott and Elom, you've been voted out. What the bit I loved, yeah, is the way Scott, as soon as they said, oh, the public have been voted for the favourite couple, and Scott automatically was like, shit.
You know what? We're going to get to all of this later. So let's just continue with the reaction of this particular episode.
Bad about that, did you? I just thought, like, just cheers to it, to be nice. And then everyone looked at me like I'd done the most horrendous thing.
Yeah, I get it. But as soon as she said...
Molly's just trying to be very, very nice, and it's giving fake. I don't understand she wants Zach and her relationship with Zach to be closed off, but at the same time, it's not giving genuine. And her niceness, I mean, if you know Molly before and Molly now, Molly has been very, very quiet recently. They are two different Mollys, and this niceness that she's throwing out here, I'm like, it doesn't sound like the Molly we knew before, because she's like, yeah, I know that you didn't mean it to be a bad thing, even though this and that. I'm feeling like she's just playing the nice girl. It's just giving me that.
Everyone just was like,
But I don't know if it was a
did you feel
shocker
like
because
that?
people didn't know.
but it's pretty obvious. But we haven't said we are closed off. Do you know what I mean?
I get that.
I don't want Zach or the boys to be annoyed at me. God, my cheers is like put on the line. I was just what on earth?
Katie, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. And I feel like Katie hearing that, Zach and Molly were closed off actually touched a nerve. It struck a nerve on Katie. And that's why she actually made that toast, because she was trying to know Zach. And she probably thought maybe Molly's relationship with Zach is still open, so there is still a window or a door somewhere open. And hearing that, they were closed off, and it is what Molly actually told Katie. She actually did tell her that. So she coming out later on and being like, "No, I didn't say that, girl. Please, we all saw the last episode. I can go back and rewatch it, and it is still there."
Maybe I should never do the cheers again.
Do you mean you're closed off, bro? So you're not telling, man?
Nah, you know what? I think what's happened is, I think I had a chat with Molly, and I've sort of said like, look, I've never said like, we're closed off.
But she thinks that you have.
No, not thinks that we have. I think, you know what it was? I think there's definitely a spice of she's claiming her territory. Oh, bro.
A territory or both, or maybe look at Tyrik's face. Tyrik is like, I know you two are playing games. Look at Tyrik's face. Tyrik was the only person that had an actual expression that I feel like he understands what is going on between Molly and Zach. Tyrik's expression in this particular discussion, because he's like, dude, so you both were closed off and you never told anybody. And Zach is like, she's just trying to claim her territory. Tyrik is looking at them like, you know what, I feel like you two are playing games. And if many of them should start having suspicion, because Molly was outside already. She was outside. She already knows what the audience think. And it is very unfair to the other contestants.
Yeah, I'm a closed off man.
Obviously, Scott wants to get to know Abby, and that's fine. I feel like what me and Abby's got is strong, like super strong.
It is, and I can see that.
Yeah, but give me your advice on, and refer it back to how I handled it with you.
You said get to know someone else. I did. I went and got to know him. Conversation went well. I was there hours, didn't even know. That is what she's doing right now.
I don't know, I'm in like a weird place.
Mitch, Mitch did tell, Scott to get to know Emma. I think that's her name. And I'm like, Mitch actually did a kind of hypocritic behavior this particular episode that made me laugh. Because at one point he pulled, Scott aside, and he was like, keep me out of your name. Like, Mitch, you're the one that be throwing all the boys under the bus. And, Mitch tried to stand his ground, and tell her, like, what, you're disrespecting me and all of this. She ended up crying in this particular episode, because the thing is, even though she did disrespect Scott, she still liked that guy. And I feel like she's just trying to put him down. But at the same time, I really don't think they are a match. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but Scott and her, they are a match, because she's giggling and laughing a lot. Scott is very precious, and to me, and to be sincere, I really don't see Scott and her working well, because she's been messy. She's been going to Mitch, talking about the business and saying, you know what, but I like you more, and they be kissing and all of that. And then she turns around and go to Scott, and then, oh yeah, I like you very much. And then they kiss and all of that. She's messy. She's giving me mess. She's giving me, I know a lot of people are out there saying, oh, but they are compatible. No, they're not. I don't like messy people. Pick who you want to be with. She's out here talking to Mitch. Yeah, we have a connection and all of this. And then turn around to Scott and be like, yeah, we have a connection and all of that. And then go back to Mitch and just talk ish about Scott all the way. Just say we don't have anything. And she'll be lying and all of that. And I understand a lot of people want good for Scott, but this girl is not the one. She's messy. She's been out here with Mitch, throwing Scott under the bus, and then goes back to Scott and be like, yeah, I really like you. It's giving me two-faced. It's giving, it's giving messy. And I really don't like messy. I don't want Scott to be in a triangle of mess. And this is what it was giving the whole time.
Hey, so I don't know. It's weird. But I want to be like straight to you.
I wanted to talk to you all night tonight.
Yeah.
And we spoke for about 10 minutes.
No.
And obviously I'm not going to interrupt the chat, obviously. By all means get to know Scott, but I just feel like there's a level of respect to that and you didn't give me any.
No, like, it was a good chat, like it was, and I'm going to tell you. Like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like...
You spent all night with him. I know it was
It wasn't that long. Mitch as well was like, I felt really mugged off. And I was like, I was upset by him saying that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the fake tears. I really can't do the things with the tears. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, girl, you've been playing two guys, and I understand some people do not have eyes out here to see your game, because the way when she is with Mitch and she talks about Scott, it's not respectfully. It's like, oh, he's talking about he wants to know me, but she never talked about how much she tells him that they are alike, they are compatible, and they match and they want the same thing. She never talks about her feelings when she's with Scott. She never talks about how she behaved or whatever she tells Scott. She never tells Mitch the truth. That is my own thought. She never actually tells Mitch the truth about everything she tells Scott. She doesn't come out right. She goes to Mitch and she speaks mostly negatively about Scott, and then she goes back to Scott and she's like, you know what, yeah, I really, really like you. And then on that challenge, I feel like she was trying to prove something to Mitch, or I don't know, Scott came back. And that's why I said, Scott, you don't need to be desperate out here, especially not for this girl. Because the fact that she wanted to prove something to Mitch and was like, oh yeah, you didn't pick me when we were in Casamore. And then, now that you are single, and literally knowing that people have been telling Scott that nobody wants him, how do you come out and literally after that challenge tell the guy that, you know what, you didn't have any interest in me, but now that you're alone and nobody wants, it's like going back and telling him nobody wants you, and that's why you're trying to get with me. But you forget how you behave whenever you are with Scott, whenever you both are having a discussion. You're giggling, laughing, closing your eyes, all of the kissing and all of that. Hey, I don't trust women like this. I really don't.
Is everything with Abby?
Obviously, I only put my cards on the table a couple of days ago, and she seemed open to it. I feel like it's reciprocated at the moment. I've said it's still very, very early days. It's what day? So I'm going to pull her at some point again today.
Yeah, no, definitely. If she's reciprocating, then she's reciprocating.
Yeah, well, it seems that way. I got to get back in the game.
I'm happy that we're at a place where we don't feel awkward with each other. We're at a place where we can actually speak, and I still do care about you and see.
Yeah.
Catherine, I'm going to say this. Scott is a very nice guy. He sat down there after you done told him off many times. You don't insult this man's integrity by telling him nobody wants you multiple times. And this man still sat down there and have all this discussion with you. You know what? I'm just going to bring somebody else's opinion up here so that we can continue this topic. I mean, Scott is a very, very nice guy to even have the patience to sit down with you and talk. I wouldn't.
But Scott really is one of the good guys, because after the way Catherine disrespected me several times, and then even had people piggybacking, jumping in with their 2 pence, you think I could be sitting around her asking me like, oh, how I'm getting on with so-and-so, after you haven't apologized? This is why Scott is the favourite. Didn't you feel she had a real big cheek to be sitting there with him after she's cussed him out 3 separate times, 3 different episodes? There's been loads of complaints. Obviously, she doesn't know that. And then she's sitting there having small talk with him. Didn't you think that was out of order, babe?
Don't small talk with me, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Who are you talking to? You could never be talking to me without saying an apology. Even just acknowledging my feelings and saying, you know what, I'm sorry that I upset you, and I'm sorry that I made you feel like that wasn't my intention, but I still stick by what I did. Nothing. She didn't acknowledge that man's feelings once.
But this is why she's at the
villa. You're right. This is why her wheels are turning, and she's probably clutching on to her edges right now, because she's realizing the public and how much she has fumbled the bag in the villa. You're right. That is why she's out. But yeah, did anyone else clock that? Scott is a good man. He is a good man, Santana. No, he's a good man, Savannah. Do you know that? You're not on TikTok like that, are you? Anyway, you lot will know that clip, that he's a good man, because how he was there entertaining her, and he didn't even say, why are you talking to me though, please? Because that would have been flying out of my mouth. Yeah, we're Team Scott over here, really. Also, in my recap, how could I not mention?
Absolutely true. Because I was like looking at the audacity of her going over there and talking to him. Like, she didn't even apologize for telling him nobody wants you, calling him out multiple times. Like, she always told him you are single because nobody wants it. And she said this multiple times. She never apologized for that. She just went over there and like, oh, so you and her are getting. I'm like, girl, I know this is a show, but I would have told you off. I would have been like, don't talk to me, please. Do not. After all the disrespect, don't talk to me. And Scott was just so chill, like still talking to her like normal. And then she was like, I'm so happy that the both of us have gone past these. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, see, not everybody is that nice. Not everybody's that nice. But you know what? She got a karma. Karma comes slowly, but it bonds.
Being too comfy in a position, something can always happen, innit?
Ooh, Elom. This particular scene in the episode, I was like, yeah, Catherine about to get her karma. Because Elom was getting ready to explore the villa, because he was like sitting down there like, come on, I can't be sitting down here while everybody's finding true love, because that was what it was giving me. Everybody out here happy. I have to fake my feelings for you. I have to fake everything for you just to be with you. I'm pretty sure he was just with her thinking they're going to be safe for a long time. But he just right out told her, you know what, when the next Casamore girls come, I might be jumping on that boat. And then she started crying. See, I have sympathy for those who need sympathy, but for this girl over here, I done lost my feelings for her from the day she brought Elom back. And then not only did she bring him back, she did not have a civil conversation with Scott and tell him, you know what, I'm sorry that, you know, I hurt your feelings. I found a connection with this person. You're going to find somebody. No, it was the arrogance for me. It was the absolute arrogance and the fact that she literally disgraced Scott, because it was a disgrace. Because we all saw it. Everybody. Do you know how many people saw that, you know, insult that she threw to Scott many times? And I'm going to say this. On my TikTok account, a lot of people were like, yeah, she deserves to go. I was rooting for her to leave this villa.
If a bombshell was to come in right now, you think things would change?
No.
You don't think so?
Well, unless on your part you think it could, but
no,
I don't think it could.
I've always said, like, right now, in this villa, like, I'm closed off with you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if a bombshell was to walk in, like, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna speak to her, innit? But at the same time, I've built a connection with you.
I built a connection with you. You got to be kidding me. Build a connection where? You're telling this girl that you're trying to explore. You're trying to go find happiness. And you're like, yeah, he's just trying to tell her, you know what, don't be afraid. But I might be with somebody else. If the new bombshell come over here, I might not be with you. Just take that in heart. I'm just telling you. And the fact that she went to, you know, Jess and Sammy to get advice, I was just laughing. I'm like, Sammy, please do not talk. I understand Jess, but Sammy, please do not talk, because the hypocrisy is just spewing everywhere.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
that was really random. It's just not nice to hear, like...
Yeah. Just always there listening. I feel like he's scared of, like going too deep.
Why ruin it? Why are you even thinking about that? Do you know what I mean? And it just scares me a little. It just scares me because obviously my feelings are in it. Shit.
Well, you didn't think about anybody else's feelings. It's always about your feelings. The time you hurt Scott, you didn't think about his feelings. The time you threw insult at Scott. See, a lot of people would have forgiven Catherine if she had just, you know, had a civil conversation with Scott. A lot of people would have forgiven her for bringing Elom in the villa and overlooked it, but it was the insult and the disrespect for Scott. That's why a lot of people did not, the feelings that people had for her from the start, especially, it just went away real fast. It went away very quickly.
Situation.
I don't want it to seem like a surprise.
Yeah, but one thing about me, I trust my connections in it, like, and I trust how I feel about you. What's the fact that you're like premeditating it made me be like, yeah,
there was no
confused. You're still thinking about that what if. It means that you're not really living the moment. It means I should basically pull.
Is she crying? Look at it. Oh yeah, she's crying. She's crying. I'm like, what are you crying about? You can cry all you want. This guy was ready to get on and get his life with a new bombshell. If they weren't eliminated, I'm pretty sure the new bombshell that was gonna be coming today, the one that we saw already, I'm pretty sure he would have been trying to throw his shot. But I'm gonna have to say, Elom, yeah, the producers were not there for that. A lot of people were not there for you trying to explore. But we're gonna get on into this.
Pull back, which is shit. Like, I don't know.
You're getting to know Abby.
Yeah.
I've been super respectful by it.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a situation that I've been in, so obviously I'd give you the benefit of doubt and stuff, but I don't appreciate my name being brought up. I don't need.
Mitch, you are the one that throws every guy under the bus. Like, did you watch movie night? You throwing the guys under the bus. Zachariah calling you Snake Boy. He was like, "What's up, Snake Boy?" Like, Mitch, you're the one talking about don't bring up my name. Are you kidding me? You Snake Boy, the one talking about don't bring up my name. You've been bringing up everybody else's name. Mitch, please.
To be mentioned. If you're going to chat to her, don't mention my name.
No, that's fair.
Let's just leave it as, you get to know Abby.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mentioned in any respect. Like,
I've got a text. Islanders, the public have been voting for the most compatible couple.
fuck, that's me. Shit.
Oh, I remember this particular scene. Scott thought it was him because, he's with this. What is her name? I can't remember the new girl's name, because she's coupled up with this girl over here. And he's like, oh, God, it's me. I don't have any, connection. It's probably going to be me. I was like, Scott, baby, it ain't going to be you. If you know how much people have been loud out here about Catherine and the rest, you are not even in our mind when it comes to who we want to drop. I'm pretty sure he got a lot of votes. And the girl with him, she's also lucky that she's stuck with him because Scott is the reason why you saved girl. And now with that, let's continue this.
The couple with the fewest votes is Catherine and Elom.
Did you see the surprise face? Yeah, this one was priceless. This surprise face of Catherine was priceless. She's like, what? It can't be me. They didn't even give her the crops to actually gather everybody at the fireplace, and talk about it. They didn't even make the announcement like everybody gather up around the fireplace and let's make no. They just like everybody they were all scattered everywhere. And the producer said, you know what, we ain't gonna even be playing with you. We're gonna try to just get you as fast as possible out of here because the viewers, everybody has been complaining about you. And this surprise face, I'm like, girl, don't be surprised. You've been doing too much in this particular villa over here. You've been doing too much. You've been tormenting a lot of people's emotions. I've been clutching of my pearls every time I see your face.
What?
Catherine and Elom, you've been dumped from the island. Please say your goodbyes and leave the villa.
You know what? We're gonna just bring somebody else over here that is gonna give this video a little bit more humor.
Because I always feel like I've spoken about everything, but I did not speak about this. Do you understand how embarrassing? Do you understand how embarrassing
embarrassing is you didn't even get a ceremony. They didn't even say can everybody gather around the fire pit. They dumped you. like a text from EE.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. The producer said we're sick and tired. The people have been complaining. Get them out as soon as possible. The producer said we are sick and tired. The people have been complaining. Get them out as soon as possible. No, the fact that there was no ceremony, no. Whitney just read the text and had to declare it while everybody was in there. Just read the text and had to declare it while everybody was in there. I'll tell them to do it again. I'd say I'm not going until you gather everybody around the fire pit, make everybody stand up at the front, and then you do the way you did it for those other 3 couples. That's the way I want you to do it for me. That's what I would say personally.
Okay, first of all, I don't think she deserves everybody gathering in the fire pit. The way she behaved the last episodes, like my anger issues could not. My anger issues could not stand Catherine. So she did not deserve that gathering. I'm sorry, she did not. She deserved it the way they made it. Because we were out here getting mad.
Personally, that's how I would say it. But that's just me though. That's just me. Because you're not dumping me off this island like that.
Well, they did dump her out of the island like that, so there is nothing she can do about it.
Oh my God. Oh my.
She is shocked. She is so shocked she cannot she does not understand what is happening. She does not understand what is happening.
God, guys.
You two are literally,
I know.
you're such a match.
I know.
Me and Scott are incompatible.
I know.
Mate, I thought I was prepared. I thought it was my time.
If you're gonna leave me, please don't do it slow. Even close.
I feel like this was the perfect way to go out. I'm happy that we can continue our experience together, whether it's outside the villa or inside the villa.
Girl, he ain't gonna be connecting with nothing outside of this villa. He done told you even in the villa that he was trying to explore his options. I don't think Elom and Catherine are gonna be together outside of this villa. They're gonna go their separate ways.
If I was to sum up my Love Island experience, I would say wonderful. Only because I've found a connection with Catherine, I've met new friends in the villa as well, and yeah, the only way is up here on out.
Did you notice that he never said anything about continuing this relationship outside of the villa? He just talked about the great connection that he made in the villa. He made Catherine. He had a great... He never talked about we're going to pursue this outside now that we are going outside. We're going to try to, make this work on the outside and all of that. No, he didn't even give any of those speeches. Like, yeah, I made good friends. I met Catherine. We're going to see what it is. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, and Catherine was over there. You know what? We're going to explore. This guy is not going to be exploring nothing with you, Catherine. He is exploring absolutely nothing with you.
Oh my God.
Can all islanders gather around the fire pit immediately?
Islanders, Catherine and Elom are not the only couple to be dumped from the island tonight.
Leah and Montel, Katie and Uzi.
I don't know what is happening, but let me take it back a little bit. I don't know what is happening. The volume is just going off and on.
Tonight.
Leah and Montel, Katie and Uzi, Jess and Sammy. Therefore, are also at risk.
So these are the
leaving the
people
villa.
that are going to be. So they're going to be the ones.
Cheers to event.
They're going to be the next one leaving next. So I'm just going to play this last reaction over here, and then we're going to be going.
Bless them. You know what? Like, one thing I like about Love Island is I don't think they realize like how popular and unpopular they are until like it's that position there, because you can see it in Amber and Scott's face when what's his name? When Catherine and Elom left, and then they got told, oh, there's another couple going, and then these are the three lowest, and it wasn't them. Their faces, did you see their faces? They were so shocked. You can see Amber trying to work out like, how the hell have I managed to get here? Look at my eyes. You know what, I'll tell you something though. I could see that Catherine and Elom were gonna go today, because like the past couple of days we hadn't seen anything from them. And then all of a sudden, this whole episode, it felt like a lot about them. And then to me, I was saying as I was watching, I'm like, I can see that it's going to be them two going, because they, like, for some reason now they've been on the show too much. Not too much, but like, they've been on the show a lot more than the past. So I predicted it. I could see it, I envisioned it. I love how Sammy and Jess were mad shocked to be at the bottom again. I think at this point, Jess is going to be like, okay, I shouldn't be with you. I shouldn't be with you. Literally. I do think it'll be Katie.
I don't think Jess is going to do that. I don't think she's going to realize. I think if they survive this elimination, she's definitely going to continue with him.
And Uzi to go tomorrow though. KD, this episode again, like, I don't know, I don't like, I get people like drama and she brings drama and stuff, I get it, but to me, like, someone of her age, so like, I just don't understand. I just don't get KD, I'll be honest. And I mean, I've made it vocal before, but like Molly and Zach. Molly and Zach obviously didn't want to be chatting about their relationship in front of everyone. So for her to be bringing it up, like, in front of everyone, like, what are you doing? What's the point? Like, but then I also half felt sorry for Molly a bit, because it's like, Katie said to everyone, oh yeah, congrats on them two being closed off, because I mean, that's what Molly kind of did say. And then Zach was like, oh yeah, I didn't actually say we're closed off, but I feel like we're getting there, kind of thing. So then Molly kind of like said it in her head, like, shit, let me kind of clear the air a bit with Katie, just to be like, I didn't say that. I mean, Molly, you did say that, but I think she felt a bit embarrassed. But nevertheless, I think it was unfair on Molly and Zach for Katie just to outright out them like that. Do you get me? And let's be real, Katie knew exactly what she was doing, bringing it up like that. She did.
I'm going to say this. Katie does not want them playing games, because they were playing games and hiding the fact that they were closed up, where they were not closed off, because Zach was actually surprised. I mean, Molly was the one that said they were closed off. And it was, what Katie did was, I think, right. Expose everybody. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Thank you all for actually being here, and do not forget to press that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Do not forget to press the notification button, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day and goodbye.